Huh. Jonathan?
Yeah.
Methinks morning has broken.
And we're your consecrated hosts.
We are your consecrated hosts. Father Jeff, consecrated by holy orders.
Jonathan, consecrated by baptism.
Here we are.
Yeah, it's amazing what happens when you get picked up for a second season.
We got picked up for a second season. I feel like we're in a completely different place.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking about this and looking around this room and just seeing where people are going to say, well, where are you? What room is that? That doesn't look familiar. I don't recognize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's true. You don't. We're just going to leave you to guess. Now, I was thinking, this morning, I was thinking, where are we? Where actually are we filming? We are coming to you from the faraway land of Spare through the great city of Wardrobe. Do you know what I'm speaking about, Jonathan?
Yes.
What am I talking about? No. In the Chronicles of Narnia.
Yes. The
Lion, the
Wardrobe.
Witch. Okay, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the first book of the Chronicles of Narnia, depending on how you count, but I'm going to say it's the first book of the Chronicles of Narnia. That Lucy, the little girl, she kind of enters into this land of Narnia, the magical land of Narnia. And when she goes through the wardrobe, so she opens up the wardrobe, she comes out, and then she's in this forest.
Yeah.
And she meets this fawn, this mythical creature. And the fawn says, well, where are you from? And she said, well, I came here through the wardrobe in the spare room. And he heard that she lived in the city of Wardrobe and in the land of Spare And so that's where I've decided we were going to go to film season 2. We're going to go to the faraway land of Spare and we are going to be situated here just down in the countryside of Wardrobe.
But no Mr. Tumnus.
No, Tumnus is he's not available. Narnia works very, very differently. So
just a little bit.
But we're not exactly in Narnia either. Here we are in Wardrobe, Spare
And we are.
It's a lovely day out there.
Do have a couple different things.
Yes, okay, so things where, so there's things, not only are we in a different land and filming and coming at you, but the way we're doing that is differently. So Jonathan, what's going on?
Yeah, so we have switched our initial provider, which was Switcher Studio. They did great for what we were doing at the time, but then we'd have to upload things later. We could only stream to one place at one time, so we switched to Vimeo.
Right. We switched to Vimeo. It's our new studio, as it were.
Right. And so, ideally, we would want everybody just to watch us through Vimeo. That would allow the wonkiness of Facebook maybe to go away.
Yeah, Facebook, as you know, a lot of you complained about Facebook last year. It would freeze up, it would slow down, it would do whatever.
Yeah, if our audio or anything's off, please comment below because we don't know. This is our first run through this time.
Episode 1 is not going to be bright and shiny, perhaps.
Probably not.
Working out the bugs again.
But if we could just do through Vimeo, you can get a login for there and chat still.
Yeah, it's real easy. I was setting someone up yesterday showing them that if you go to our parish homepage,
we're right there.
stcharlesomaha.org. If you go to stcharlesomaha.org and just scroll down the homepage, you're going to see the live streaming screen for Sunday Mass and for the morning show.
Yep.
And all you have to do is it'll just go live. I think it just goes live when we go live. So you just hang out on the website and click on that thing. Click on the name, morning show. That's the active thingy. And that will open it up into a full screen.
Right. And then that way we can see comments. We can actually post poll questions.
Oh, there's a whole lot of
There's a lot of fun things we can do if we switch our platform to that as our primary platform.
Yeah.
And then Facebook and YouTube would be secondary. I think it's streaming on YouTube right now. So
yeah, we think it's streaming on YouTube. It's supposed to be. So with this new Vimeo platform, so Vimeo is the company, if you will, is what we're using to film through. And then they allow us to film through to Facebook and also YouTube and Vimeo as our primary.
Right.
And if you've got a Gmail, if you've got a Google account, or if you have a Facebook account, and you go to log in to Vimeo, you can log in through your Facebook, or you can log in through your Google. So you can just do that, and that will be good.
It will be very good. And we actually have 3 people watching us now on Vimeo.
On Vimeo. Good to see you. We are able to, the more and more, the thing is, on our end, we cannot really watch all of the comments coming through on Facebook, the comments coming through on YouTube, and the comments coming in on Vimeo. And Vimeo is going to give us a lot more opportunities to do different things. Like we can do questions and polls and surveys and see where people are at. So if you'd like to comment there, go through Vimeo and you can use that comment station as well. So we're going to kind of go through this week, do whatever the heck you want, figure it out. But maybe next week we'd like to kind of watch the feed from Vimeo and see who's commenting and who's here.
Sure.
I know our live audience is going to be down a little bit.
Things are actually getting back into what
kind
normal
of sort
is.
of. I mean, school is starting in many places. The offices are opening and they're able to go back to work. Not for everybody. I know some people are still working from at home, but you may be doing some online learning with your kids. I don't know. So I know our live audience is going to be down a bit, and we're not going to see maybe as many people interacting with us right now.
We're on earlier than we've ever been.
We are on earlier, but our office is also picking up too, and so we can't do the morning show right in the middle of the day when people are now coming in, because people are coming in.
Yeah.
I think I've got an appointment every 2 hours today through till 6 o'clock. So, people are back and people are coming in, and it's good to see. So,
and the good thing is, since this will be posted afterwards, people can watch it. It could be a morning show, it could be an evening show, it could be your right before bed,
your lunch show,
the late night show.
Yeah, just bright and sunny here in the faraway land of Spare I love it. I'm gonna play that up so many times.
I like it.
Yeah, so that's it. It is a nice set. I'd like to. Comfortable chairs that we're here, who showing us hospitality and Spare giving us their countryside villa to film from. It's very
quite lovely.
It is lovely. I'm happy to be here today. So
me too.
Good. Last we met, Jonathan. You were on vacation.
I was.
That was months ago.
That
it's already
seems...
August.
Yeah, I guess it was end of June.
It's August.
End of June, I was on vacation.
That's when we kind of wrapped things up.
And then I went on vacation again, and I went down to Yellowstone, in Montana, which was amazing.
You've never been there before.
Never been there.
I've only been for a part of a day.
Oh, people need it's beautiful. It really, it's so untouched. And that's one of my favorite things about it.
And there probably weren't that many people there either.
Not comparatively to what it normally is what I've been told.
Right, sure.
It still seems like a lot to me. I would have loved it just all for myself, because that's the type of person I am.
Yep,
but
of course.
It was just, that is God's creation. And you can just see it, and it's
so big.
It is so big.
It's so big. And green.
And green, and the rivers. I loved just the rivers with some mountains, and Then I came back. We talked about my trying to maybe sell a house, buy a house, all that stuff.
You didn't know what you were doing.
Well, then we bought a house.
They did. I know. I was on vacation, I think, when this happened.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know. Then I went on vacation, and plans had to get changed and swapped, and I was north of San Diego for 10 days or so, right when California lockdown went in. I think I didn't feel really that anything had locked down. Everything was still moving. Everything was still going. It was basically you had to be in masks whenever you went. You couldn't eat in a restaurant. You had to be served on a patio. But there was
You're in
enough
San Diego,
going on.
so being on a patio is not too bad.
No, there were a lot of places that just had that de facto because the weather is always delightful. So we were, so we basically stayed in a house, went out for lunch daily, maybe took a walk or a hike in some beautiful part of the world, and that was it. Because everything else was closed. Museums and zoos and thises and that's. So, but it was just good to get away. And then I come back, and Jonathan says, "I've moved."
Well, I haven't moved yet.
Oh yeah, you're in the process. You bought a house.
We bought a house. Then we were getting our house ready to sell. And apparently the contractor his wife had coronavirus. So then I had to quarantine for 14 days.
Yep. So vacation number 1, vacation number 2, and then quarantine. Vacation. Yeah.
Then we sold our house. Then it wasn't sold. Now it's sold again. I don't know if you knew about that part, but
I knew that it sold and didn't sell.
Okay.
That it fell apart.
The initial buyers came back.
They came back?
Yes.
So the people who wanted to buy it and then didn't want to buy it, now they want to buy it again.
Yep.
I see. I think they were playing a little tug of war.
I think so.
Playing a little let's see if we can fake you out.
Well.
And you're like, people want to buy homes right now.
And it caused a lot of stress.
I can imagine.
I'm still stressed. Until the closing, I'm going to be stressed now with this home.
I know, until that final dot of the pen is wrapped up. Yeah, I get it.
But then that brings us to here.
To spare
To spare And I wanted to say this because since we've left one of
where?
Since we've left
the morning show.
Well, maybe one of the greatest morning show hosts ever passed away. Regis Philbin.
Yes, he did.
And so may God have mercy on his soul.
Yeah.
And may,
Catholic man.
Yeah.
Alum of Notre Dame, and real good heart, I think.
Yeah, hopefully, and hopefully everything's in line, and prayers for him and his family, his descendants.
That was about a month, half a month ago, somewhere in there. I think I was on vacation when that happened.
Yeah, and I normally wouldn't bring up celebrity stuff, but this being a morning show, and being
one of the more
probably
famous morning show
king of
people.
Morning shows.
That's right. Regis and Kathy Lee and Regis and then someone else and
well, no, because then
Kelly,
he left.
Regis and Kelly, and then Kelly and different people.
Hoda,
and then now isn't it now Kelly and Ryan Seacrest?
I have no.
But
clue.
now everything is quarantined. So
but no one's watching Kelly and Ryan Seacrest.
Well, they're not on yet, I don't think. But you'd be watching us, I'm sure.
Hey, our viewers have gone. We can actually see our viewers right now.
There are 38.
38, which is more than we started with today.
And that's is that on Facebook? Is that on all platforms?
That is just Facebook.
That's Facebook. So we're there. You're coming. We see you. Nobody's saying anything, but that's okay.
Yeah. Can someone like or comment, please? Just let us know.
Put a comment. I don't know how this. Again, don't know how all this is working when we're doing several different things at once.
Yeah, it might not be letting us see the comments.
That could be just because we're filtering through several places. So the comment things are going to be, like I said, we're going to migrate. If you didn't catch the beginning of the show, go back and watch it because we talked about migrating to a different platform, Vimeo. And I think one of the good things about that is you might be able to, if you have a smart TV or something, you might be able to pull up our show on the Vimeo app on your smart TV. So you don't have to huddle around a computer screen or a phone. You can throw it up on your television and then maybe just comment on your
there should be the Vimeo app for all smart TVs, the Rokus.
I was trying to look at that a little bit the other day, and I just ran out of time, so I can't really help you in figuring out what to do. But I think also we might be able to create a channel, our own channel.
I think so.
I think I read that, so we're figuring this out as we go along.
We are. But it's exciting.
Yeah, here we are.
Especially going to the homepage and for Sunday Mass.
Oh, it's so much easier.
You
can just, and especially if you don't have Facebook or YouTube, and that's kind of scary. Like, how am I going to do that? Yeah. So this is going to be, I think, a good thing. We'll figure this out. And like I said, most people now are probably going to be watching at some other time of the day. Mm-hmm. So morning show or not. Whatever time of day you happen to be watching, we're going to talk about some good things and kind of get us going.
I have a quick homework for them.
What's your homework?
We are going to be streaming Theology Nights. And Theology Night is when we come together about once a month, and whatever the topic in religious formation, family faith formation was going to be that month. Father Jeff kind of expounds upon it while we had a potluck.
On an adult level.
Right. And really gets a little bit deeper into some things that it's always informational. You always learn at least a couple things, even if you know a lot. And we need a new name for it. We are going to be streaming it, but we just need a new name.
Yeah, I've been thinking of things, and I just haven't. Something catchy. Theology night. It's kind of is.
It's not just for scholars and people that are, really philosophical.
Ooh, theology. I don't even know what that is. That sounds kind of scary to me.
So I want it approachable but attractive.
Yeah, so normally the format of our theology nights, if you're not sure, after the Saturday Vigil Mass, we would open up the gym, and tables and chairs were set up, and everybody brought in a potluck, and then we'd serve, and then I would talk about whatever the night's topic was that night. And it was usually the same topic that our kids would be learning about in their family faith formation. So that was that was helpful, and we could talk to one another and ask questions and do all of those things. Don't know what that's going to look like. Our first theology night is coming up in mid-September. And, there's a bunch of comments.
Whoa, I just refreshed.
Oh, you refreshed.
Oh, we're not in my new house. Oh my gosh. We're not going to answer these things.
Well, people probably have already been listening to us.
Yeah, we have 22 comments.
That is good to see some folks. Nice. Hello, everybody. Hello. Yeah. So we will look for a new way of doing theology. And I think in some way we'll be able to come back in person, even with social distancing restrictions and whatever. We're able to space people out. We may not be able to do a potluck, but we may be able to, bring your own, kind of brown bag it for a couple months or whatever. But we also want to live stream it. So if you can't get a babysitter, or if you're not able to come out, or you don't live in our parish and you want to be a part of the theology night, we can do that.
Yeah.
But we want to rename it.
We want to go global.
Global.
We want people from all the ends of the earth and all the creatures of the sea.
Well, we'll try that. So if you got any good ideas, throw them our way. We'll be happy to consider those. We will also be live streaming RCIA nights.
Yes.
Which will be most Tuesdays of the year. Not every Tuesday, but most Tuesdays from 7 o'clock-ish until 8:30-ish. And that will be there won't be opportunity to do the question and answer back and forth, because I'm going to basically be addressing the people in the room, our candidates and catechumens, but a lot of Catholics also want to learn the stuff, and but we don't want you there taking and hogging the time and the energy, and so we'll let you eavesdrop, so that you can learn with those who are encountering the faith for the first time.
You'll be the fly on the wall.
Yeah, exactly. Flies on the wall. RCIA, fly on the wall.
Looks like we froze.
Jonathan, I did not freeze.
We're just going to continue.
You're just playing with that computer.
I'm trying to figure things out. So Jackie said she can't comment on Vivian.
Well, we'll figure that out later, Jackie.
So we will figure that out. We'll be running some tests probably later today. So if you subscribe to our Vimeo, which you can subscribe, we will be running tests. Diane gets all of the notifications and sends them to me. And I've been running tons and tons of tests every day. So
I know we'll get it figured out and know what the heck is going on. We don't know how this is going to work, but I think it's just going to be easier if we can live stream on one platform.
I think so.
Because
Facebook
Facebook keeps crashing. There's so many issues with Facebook.
So we're going to cancel Facebook and get back on Facebook.
Oh.
And we're live on Facebook again.
We're live on Facebook, but then they have to refresh.
They're going to have to refresh or get a new thing. But for those of us still watching, it's going to join us on Facebook at some point.
You'd think we've never done this before, Jonathan. We've done this. We've done like 70 of these.
70. Yeah.
And this is like we've never done this before. We're better than this. We're going to be better than this. But this is what happens when you go to a whole new place. Okay, in Spare the faraway land of Spare So I had an idea, Jonathan.
Yes. So actual content? Right?
Actual content. So I was inspired I think it was last week, I had lunch with a few friends of mine from Columbus who were in town, and they had taken it upon themselves to read C.S. Lewis's The Screwtape Letters together and kind of do a study on that. And that's been one of those things that I've wanted to do a study for so long on, but trying to find a time and a place and getting people together is almost impossible when you look at our schedule here at the parish.
Especially for you. You said you have meetings every 2 hours until 6 p.m.?
Basically, yeah.
So what's another one at the end?
So, exactly. Just keep it going. And there's things going on in our building all the time, and we don't have gobs and gobs of space. So this might be the best place to do a study on the Screwtape Letters. Now, because of copyright and whatever, we're not going to be able to read the book out loud on the line. I'm not going to be able to read it on the line, Jonathan. So
I never have been able to.
What I would like you to do, if you want to participate in some way, is get yourself a copy of the Screwtape Letters. And, it doesn't have to be super expensive. This is the book that I have used for years and years and years and years and years. I taught the Screwtape Letters in high school theology every single year, and the kids loved it. I think it was one of our favorite journeys in senior theology. So get a copy. It's not that expensive.
It's probably one of the most referenced C.S. Lewis works.
It is, other than Mere Christianity, which is also very good. But this one, it speaks to our times today. There's just something that it speaks of. So get a copy of the Screwtape Letters. It doesn't matter. We're not going to be looking at pages. The chapters are very short. Like literally 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pages might be the longest chapter in the book. Because basically it's a series of letters.
Right. It is based off of this, I can't think of the word, but not real.
Imaginary.
Imaginary.
Gotta
get it's early, Father Jeff. We gotta go. Okay.
Wake up!
So, imaginary letters between two people.
Two devils. So the premise is, somehow, we as the reader have come into contact or found these stack of 30-some letters written from a senior devil to his nephew regarding a man that this nephew demon is trying to tempt into hell.
Okay.
And so what basically we are getting the letters from Screwtape is the uncle, to Wormwood, who is the nephew, who's trying to tempt his patient, into hell. We don't have the letters from Wormwood back to Screwtape. We've got the letters from Uncle Screwtape. So somehow we found Wormwood's letters. Like he saved all the letters that Uncle Screwtape sent him. So we kind of go through, and you can infer what Wormwood had written to Screwtape, what's going on in this man's life, by reading through the eyes and pen of Uncle
It's really
Screwtape.
clever.
It is clever, but it bends your mind a little bit because it's like, wait a minute, I got to remember how this works.
And there's actually, there's no theatrical performances, but there is
a theatrical
performance. I just mean right now with COVID going on.
I know.
But there is a theatrical performance of the Screwtape Letters. And it is...
I've not seen it.
I've seen parts of one, and there's one on YouTube.
I've seen bits and pieces, scenes on YouTube. It's a cerebral play, as you might imagine. Not a lot of action going on, but a lot of talking. But it's so good. It's so relevant. Boy, it just teaches you how the evil one wants to work in the world and twist things and change things. And as you read this, you're like, oh my gosh, that's true. I see that. I know that. I get that.
I took part of a C.S. Lewis class in college.
Did you?
I say part because my professor got sick. During pretty early on, actually. And so then we had a substitute, but how do you have a substitute for a class like on C.S. Lewis? It just doesn't work very well.
Yeah.
And so it kind of went kaput, but I was really excited to take it back then.
Yeah, it's good stuff. He's got good stuff. He's my favorite author, as you know.
Clive.
Clive Staples Lewis. That's where the Staples in my dog's name comes from. Clive Staples Lewis. C.S. Lewis. So order your copy of the Screwtape Letters so that you have it by Tuesday next. And that will then, or if you get a Kindle or an electronic version or whatever, you can have it like now. It'll show up on your device right now.
It's amazing what you can do with technology these days.
And basically what we're going to do is on Tuesday, we'll do the introduction. And then we're just going to take one letter per day. And so your homework will be to read the first letter, and then we'll talk about letter 1 on Wednesday. My book is falling apart because I've used it so much and have taped it back together.
It's well loved.
It is, but all my notes are in here, Jonathan. See, I got notes, and I want you to have notes too. So,
I'm going to have to dig out my copy of the Screwtape Letters.
Dig that out. They have a nice illustrated version too. I've got it sitting on my shelf. I don't read from it. I should, but... show you the pictures like they do in kindergarten. Now we see the ugly little demon here writing to his ugly little nephew demon there.
But that's good because it's palatable. I know when we were doing the
Dies Domini,
some of those drew out a little bit long sometimes. And
yeah, this will be a different topic every day, and I think it will enter into some good discussion. So
yeah,
we're going to spend this week trying to help everyone figure out how to use Vimeo, especially if you're live watching this. Then that way
I'm going to try to send a message.
You'll be able to do things. We'll be able to see. We'll be able to see you. You will have to have a Vimeo account, I think, in order to be able to enter into the chat. Mm-hmm. So if you're just watching it from the website on our homepage, it ain't going to work. You're going to have to do something else. But we're going to figure this all out.
We will.
This week, we're going to talk about whatever. And I think, Jonathan, basically what we've decided is we are going to be offering the morning show every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday morning, 8 o'clock to 8:30-ish. And occasionally, there may be a special Monday show. Depends. We'll see. Mondays, those tend to be the days when we do a cooking show or whatnot.
Right.
So that might be when that happens.
That's tough. It's Father Jeff's day off because apparently he needs days off.
Well, things are getting busy now.
Oh, they are getting busy.
We might have to make a ratatouille. I made ratatouille.
I've always wanted to make ratatouille.
I had never made it. And then I got a surplus of vegetables from someone's garden, and it was all of the things that go into that. Eggplant, zucchini, yellow squash, tomatoes, onions, garlic. That's what goes into ratatouille.
Did you do the...
little herbs. I've seen the movie once. Mm-hmm. Don't remember a thing about it, except there's a mouse. A rat.
Quite possibly my favorite Disney Pixar movie.
Yeah. I made the actual thing.
Yeah.
It was very good. It's basically like a vegetable stew that you just kind of slowly layer in the flavors and let it cook and let it cook and let it cook. And then I had it with a piece of grilled salmon. Delicious. So maybe, we'll see. Well, Jonathan, I think that does it for today.
Yeah, we'll do better tomorrow.
We're going to figure out the technology.
I'm going to spend all day trying to figure out the commenting and everything else.
We'll let you know.
We should have put a link on the Facebook so we could send people over to the Vimeo.
Well, now you've got an idea, and that's what's going to happen. So
we do have our logo right here. I got that right.
Jonathan likes to... Nope. There it is. There it is. I do like to... You do like to play with the things. So the more we get into it... We're going to be able to do so much more. Here, from the faraway land of Sperum.
Sperum.
I like that.
In the land of
Wardrobe.
The
city of Wardrobe. All right, Jonathan. Have yourself a fine day. I got to get ready for a couple of appointments. And you all have to get started with your day, I'm sure. So